So, this was your experience with Sajid Khan. Talking about Zain Durrani, you actually underwent a lot of emotional torture out there. A lot of people, they do know their story, they do know your story, but do you want to like talk us through it and tell us more?
Yeah. Okay, so I met Zen in Delhi while I was working on the sets of Kick. I was working on Kick, and we were shooting in Delhi, and that's where I met him at some party that we were at, and sort of started seeing each other, dating, and he's wonderful. Anyone that remotely knows him will say that he's, he writes, he's a poet, he cares about the environment, he loves people, he loves children, like, he was great. So we sort of hit it off, and we started dating. My family loved him, my mom loved him, my friends loved him, everyone loved him, and it was all amazing till the time that it just wasn't. It sort of happened. I don't know if I'd say it happened out of nowhere. I could have seen, when I look back now, I feel like I could have seen signs where, it was a lot of, when it got toxic, or, there was this one time when there was a fight where, like, it got really ugly, but you tend to let that go. I mean, I think anyone that's been in a relationship where you love someone, you let it go. But then the physical abuse started. And I sort of, I don't know how to really put it, because it's probably one of the hardest things that I've ever done in my life. But I cut off from my friends and everyone around me because I didn't know how to address it. I didn't know how to address the hitting or the physical abuse, because he was still amazing in front of my friends. He was still nice to my mother. Like, they would cook together and like we'd watch a movie at night. But at the same time, there was so much shit going on that I remember my mom saw a bruise once, and she was like, "What happened?" And I was just like, "I fell down," because we tend to say these lies. I felt like it was my fault. I felt like he was hitting me because I'd done something wrong, because we fought, and I said something that brought out the monster in him, and hence I had to find a way to fix it. And if I walk out now, then I'm the coward that created this problem, but I don't want to fix it. Because every time he hit me after that, he would cry, he would faint, he would just fall down and stop breathing, and then I had to get him water. And by the time you're consoling the person that's abused you, it's very difficult to get your head around the space that, am I still mad at you? Am I angry that you hit me? Because why am I giving you water and holding your face and saying, "Are you okay?" Whereas I'm the one that went through this. And then he'd be like, "I did something, didn't I? Like, I know I've done something. I should burn my hands." And I didn't know how to deal with it. I still chose to stay because I've been wanting to talk about this, where I feel like women tend to stay when it comes to physical abuse, because when you're growing up and you do something wrong as a child and your father hits you or slaps you, we're always told that it's because they love us. It's because they want the best for us and they care about us, and that's why you're okay with physical abuse in the family. And then when you grow up and your partner hits you, your husband or your boyfriend hits you, it's the same. I speak to so many women every day who just say that it's because he loves me. He doesn't want me to do something wrong, and he's trying to protect me, which is why he got angry and he hit me.
Yeah.
And that's exactly how I felt for a while, where I was just like, he must really love me, which is why he gets so angry. I mean, why? Otherwise, he just wouldn't care.
Saloni, after all these abuses that you face, sexual abuse, mental trauma, mental harassment, how did you get stronger? How did you cope up with all of this?
By trying to write about it to encourage other women.
Wow.
I've been doing that ever since after Zen, I started channelizing everything that I felt. Like, I went through a huge depression after that. And I started writing. I started writing on my platform. I started writing blogs. I started, even while I did Girls on Top, I would just write to women about self-love and like speaking up for themselves. And it felt every time a girl sent me a message saying that, you know, she was inspired or she took a tough decision in her life because of something I'd written, it sort of made me feel like maybe it was all worth it. I mean, I don't think if I'd ever gone through what I went through then I would be the person I am today. Like I wouldn't have spoken about the things that I have. So in a way, it felt like a compromise that I had to make to be able to talk to other women. It's kind of fucked up, but yeah.
And after this Me Too movement that has started, where your tweet, like I said before, has actually started a revolution, and the disciplinary action that was long due, that was taken against Sajid Khan, people were saying Me Too movement is all about sharing stories, women come out, but nothing is happening. Where is the justice? What exactly, where are we heading to? But the disciplinary action that people have chosen to, distance themselves from the predators, distance themselves, ask them to step down as directors. Sajid Khan has stepped down. He had to. And there was a lot of pressure. So does that make you feel that, yes, there is hope, all that you've done by, reliving those memories while sharing it with the audience, does that make you feel any better?
In the long run, yes, it makes me feel better. I mean, this is really hard. Sitting here and talking about the entire experience is really hard. But more than, I feel like the people that stepped down, or, Sajid stepping down, or actors distancing away from all this, only happened because so many women came together and spoke about it.
Right.
I think the way that women have united for this has made me feel more better than the fact that they've stepped down, because I feel like this needs to not last for like just a month or two, right? Like a lot of times a movement like this comes and it fizzes out, and then everyone just goes back to their lives as if nothing happened, and the rest of the people who filed a complaint or done something are stuck for 10 years trying to deal with it, and everyone else forgets. But because these women have come together, people have been taking really serious actions in the industry to in terms of your social responsibility of what you want to associate with. Like, I think we have a responsibility of who we work with, the kind of people that we interact with, their actions that you're witness to,
Yeah.
And it's about time that we start talking about it. Like, one of the biggest reasons that I spoke was because it just feels like if you don't speak now, then when do you speak?
Right.
If women don't decide to like get up and talk about what happened to them and just be scared of like the consequences, then we can't ever be like, we want the industry to change or the world to change or even our country to change. So I really hope that this whole people stepping down and like not associating themselves with the people that have been accused or have been proven to do something lasts long enough. Yeah. It needs to be a social change rather than just a legal change. People need to talk about how women are treated in the industry, the sexism that exists. It's just about time that we address it.